Parents under such situation are also not convinced to send their daughters to far a distance, worrying about their safety. So this campaign, analyzing or identifying all these factors, is providing, is distributing bicycle to the girls to encourage their education up to the secondary level. As Sohindi has already mentioned, there has been many interpretations about this program. Like it has been popularly covered by the leading news portals. Many key leaders from Madhesh and others are heard mentioning about this program in their speech. And nowadays it is popular due to this corruption issues, the irregularities in the name of buying bicycles. So despite all these news and despite the popularity of the program, the phenomenon is less understood academically. There has been almost, I think, no academic research except a few reports by UNICEF, one of the collaborative partners of this program, and one by Social Science Baha, I think. So taking this gap into consideration, this research aims to understand the understanding of campaign at the personal, family and community level, how these people are actually understanding, how they perceive this campaign. The second objective of this research is to study whether the campaign under this program has able to bring the perceptible shift in encouraging girls' education, the larger objective it aimed. So for this research, this research primarily focuses on girls students who have been benefited or who have been covered under this campaign from Juddha Higher Secondary School. This is one of the oldest and only government school to provide secondary level education in Gaur, the district headquarters. So I'll move on to the next slide. If we look at the background, the rationale behind the implementation of this big program, Beti Padhau, Beti Bachau, we say that Madhesh Pradesh has considered the social, economic, and educational status of Madheshi girl, which is relatively very low. So it has all this rationale behind implementing this program. Child marriage is one important reason behind the implementation of this program. The province has the highest of child marriage rate. It's 52.5%, and more than half of the girls are married before the age of 18. Many parents arrange their daughter marriage at their early teen and in their late adolescence. The family fear that the family prestige, we call it ijat. The ijat will ruin if their daughters will elope with a boy from caste or outcast. For many parents, traditionally daughter is someone to be married and sent to their husband home, and hence they do not want to invest much in their education. Poverty is another important issue behind why parents arrange their daughter marriages at the early age. They do not want to bear the extra pressure of investing in their daughter education and other economic pressures that a female child creates. So statistically also Madhesh province is third poor province after Karnali and Sudarpashchim. This is the area? After Karnali and Sudarpashchim, I think so. Yeah.
In absolute number.
Yeah. So the early marriage is also one reason for the school dropouts for girls. Early marriages result in early pregnancies, early childbearing that causes school dropouts. So and another reason behind the implementation of the program is the dowry. Dowry is an important reason why girls are married at the young age. The parents do not want to miss the opportunity to marrying their daughters at the young age when they find the affordable negotiation with the groom side. Parents also do not want to bear the extra economic burden of educating their daughters as well as to pay the dowry at the end. They have to pay the dowry at the end. Just the repayment daiju dinai parcha. So they do not want to invest on educating them also, and to pay dowry at the end. So they arrange their daughter marriage at the earliest to escape one at least. Even though the legal age of marriage is 20, many families go cross-border to arrange their daughter early marriages. Beti Padhau, Beti Bachau has also aimed to stop these early marriages. It has one program like fixed deposit educational insurance program, to which it has aimed to stop this. But many parents are not convinced about this program because the program states that the girls will receive the amount when she reaches the age of 20 and remains unmarried. But for parents, they do not want to wait so long. just to receive an amount of Rs 3 lakh. So it's not a big amount, so they do not want to wait so long and invest in this process. So there, and their marriage is going cross borders. The agency of women is also weak. The agency of women is also weak in Madhesh. Women have very limited decision making. The decision about their life, their future is mostly in the hand of husband and father. Some parents during this research shared with me that they will educate their daughters up to the SE and +2 level, and after that it will be in the hand of the father to decide whether he wants to continue his education or to get her married. And after married, it will be in the hand of the husband to decide if he wants to continue her education further or to let her do any jobs outside. So this is the same way. The low access of girls to education and the lower social economic and political status further weakens their agency. However, this agency of women is improving. It's not that it's a static figure. It's improving, as you can see. It's getting comparatively better due to educational opportunities and reservations of women in the governing structures. Madhesh province, so looking at all these contexts, Madhesh province has implemented this program with the focus on addressing child marriage and other form of violence against girls, school dropouts, increase education, girls' education, and to empower the agency of girls. The program aimed to send daughters to school and thus through their personal development and empowerment spread the message of establishing a discrimination-free social justice system that is based on the principle of welfare state and ending social discrimination between sons and daughters. The program, this large program, considered educating girls as an important strategy to achieve this large objective. So BPP, as Sohunji has, so that's about how dominant is Indian media mentioning about that Beti Padhau, Beti Bachau, which is a broader concept of India. So it is introduced in India in 2015 in the initiation of Prime Minister there, and it aims to reduce gender imbalance and ensure social protection for girls. But the program is little different in concept here in Madhesh. According to Priyanka Yadav, the chief coordinator of this Beti Padhau, Beti Bachau program, the province has borrowed this concept from India, since the province to some extent, according to her, have social and cultural similarities as well as gender disparities. But the province here has altered the slogans and have paid more attention to the importance of educating girls. It believes that once the girls are educated, they are aware, can be economically independent, and hence can save themselves against the discriminatory practices, against violence related to them. And many of my research participants also confirm to this view. As I have said, my focus is only on the bicycle distribution campaign, so I'll be to the campaign now. The methodology, I'll talk shortly about the methodology. My research is qualitative in nature. It is based on the primary source of information collected from interview, focus group discussion, informal interaction in the with the community members, and observation in the study area. Field work was conducted in Go, the district headquarters is still going on. Altogether, 30 key interviews were conducted, including the girls who are benefited by the campaigns, including those girls who are not benefited by the campaign, their parents, the principal, the other school teachers, and the district coordinator of the program and the chief coordinator of this program. I have also conducted 3 focus group discussions with the girls benefiting from the campaign, those girls who are not benefited by the campaigns, and with the school teachers in the school. I have informal interaction with the community members who have been witnessing this change in part of girls, educating girls after the implementation of this program at their place. All my interviews were in Bajika with a mixed Urdu terminologies, which I transcribed later. I have tried to be representative with the caste, ethnicity of the participants also, as well as the geographical location of the beneficiaries, like how far in distance or how close they are in terms of kilometer from the headquarters, to understand the difference of the experience with the distance. So this is all the methodology. If I'll share a little about the campaign, unpacking how it looks like. This campaign has a symbolic meaning. Like Madhesh province wanted to make its daughters educated and independent and spread the message that daughters are no less than son if proper opportunities are given to grow. Moreover, the bicycle will increase the mobility of daughters. They will go out of their village to attend education. It gives a message that daughters are not something to be confined at home, which is an important issue in our community. It has helped to increase the confidence of the girls. The campaign with this noble purpose aimed to reach all the girls studying in grade 8 in the government school. The school sent the CMO. Now I'll discuss about what the process to get the bicycle, how the school to get its girls benefited from this campaign. The school sent the CMOs. By CMO I mean the Chief Minister office here. Send the CMO a list of girls who are studying in grade 8 with a copy of their admission sheet and attendance sheet and a birth certificate. The school asks the girls student to submit a copy of citizenship certificate of their parents, either a father or mother, 2 copies of their passport size photo, and a birth certificate. Birth certificate is the mandatory document to be eligible to get the bicycle. So the bicycle are brought, and once the school receive all these documents, they send the list of this student in its official letter pad to the CMO, and after that CMO review it and distribute the bicycle to those who meets the criteria. The school is not involved in buying the bicycles. The bicycles are brought and distributed directly by the Chief Minister office. There appears to be no exclusion if the girls student meets the criteria. When the school receive the bicycle from the CMO, they make the necessary arrangements and distribute the bicycle to the girls student in the presence of their parents, guardians. The data on the bicycle distribution is kept by both the CMO and the school. There is no resource, and most importantly, there is no resource allocated for the maintenance of the bicycle. And so far, CMO has distributed about 31,000 bicycles. And Judha Secondary received 97 bicycles in September 2021 from the total of 111 applications filed for the bicycle. 22 girls are left out. They did not get the bicycle because they didn't have the birth certificate. According to the principal, the mandatory provision of submitting the birth certificates has bypassed these girls, students who have been studying in this school from the primary level. So this is quite disappointing. But looking at the impact that the campaign, like how it's working and what kind of impact the bicycle distribution is creating, it has helped them to save the time. Analyzing the information, it can be argued that the bicycle distribution campaign is effective for the girls to go to school easily and on time. It has helped them to take extra tuition classes. In fact, all the girls I spoke with takes both the class at the school and the extra tuition classes. And I can observe this and I can relate it with the everyday experience of the girls I have observed during this research. The bicycle has extremely benefited the girls who come from greater far distance to study in the headquarters. It has allowed them to be in school in time and to spend some more time in their education by taking extra tuition classes. And they do not have to worry to go to school appear in school in time and to back home in time again. I'll share a case of one girl who comes from Muralwa. It's 4 kilometers from the headquarters. She comes from there. She says that it has really helped the girls like me who always must worry to reach the school in time and to return home in time. We used to miss the school assembly many times. I used to be very disturbed, lose my peace when I get late for my classes. And now, but this thing has been improved once I received the bicycle. The girls who comes from greater distance are now regular in a class, and we now also take the tuition classes in the evening, which we didn't used to take before. Now we have our own means to depend on, that saves our time. So many girls like her confirm that the bicycle has assisted them positively. They say that many girls say that they assist their mother in the household work, and they perform the household chores like preparing foods, cleaning utensils, that usually get them late for the classes in school. This usually get them late for the school, but now they have a bicycle, they can come to school by performing the household tasks too. So it's a very positive thing that I have noticed. Self-reliance and independence is another important impact the bicycle distribution is creating. The girls now feel like being independent and self-reliant. The objective of the Beti Padhau, Beti Bachau program, it is the larger objective the program has aimed to achieve. It can be useful for the girls who, the bicycle is useful for the girls who travel to the headquarters from the rural area. The bicycle has reduced the reliance on the brother, father, and a local auto rickshaw. They can now come and go on their own. Muskan Singh, who come from Brahmpuri, I'm sure you another one case. This girl come from Brahmpuri, which is 6 kilometers from the headquarters. She shared with me that the distance between my school and my home was the only factor that keeps worrying me, because I used to get late for my classes. Sometimes my father used to drop me to school, and sometimes I must use local auto rickshaw. I always get 15 to 20 minutes late for my class. I have missed the school assembly many times. The auto rickshaw also was not a dependable source, because it only comes to headquarters when it gets its full passenger. Sometimes I must have to wait a long distance, long for the other passengers to come. It was very disgusting. Many girls who come covering a long distance have a similar experience like her. Girls from Bandarha, which is also 6 kilometers from the headquarters, have the same experience. They shared with me that previously they used to walk a long distance to come to school. Sometimes they cooperate with the other girls on the bicycle halfway. It was particularly difficult for them to walk a long distance when they are on their period days, actually when they are menstruating. And in that time they usually left their school for 3 to 4 days. But now the bicycle has eased, they could even come in their period days. And these girls also take tuition classes in the evening, which they didn't before, without any tension of returning home in time. They relate it to their independence, since it has allowed them to travel in the urban area to study. Apart from this bicycle, apart from this study, the bicycle has raised the confidence and the sense of ownership among these girls. Almost all the girls I spoke with told that they feel like bicycle is their own property they own, and not their father and brother. They feel like having something of their own. When schoolgirl shared with me her story, she says that I could not imagine my father and my brother taking my permission or informing me before using my bicycle for any work. And adding on this, another girl shared with me that yes, I also feel the same. Previously, my brother only has a bicycle and he didn't even let me touch that. But now I had told so many times to my parents to get me a bicycle too, but only the son gets the special preference. Now that I got the bicycle from the school, I feel like it's my property on which no member of my family has any say. So many research participants believe, this is what they have to say about their independence, about their self-reliance, and their confidence. And many research participants believe that the campaign have a long-term effect, and it is not only about making girls independent and reliant temporarily, that they can go to school on their own. But since the bicycle is provided to assist in their education, once they are educated, they can take their decision independently, and they could refuse dowry marriages. This is how they relate the independent that way. Feeling of safety and escaping harassment is another impact that the bicycle campaign is creating. The girls feel secure and safe on their bicycle. They feel secure from the harassment on the school route. Some even told that they cannot, speaking about this harassment, many girls shared with me that they cannot tell about this, what they experience in the school route every day to their parents, because they would stop them, prevent them from going to their school. That is where the solution lies. So they stopped. So this would stop them from. So they don't used to share this with their parents. But now that they feel safe with the bicycle to go home and to school safely. And similarly in the winter days when days are shorter and night falls quickly at around 5 or 5:30 or so, the girls feel secure to return home after their evening tuition classes. They also feel secure to go for their morning tuition classes. So another positive and interesting impact that the bicycle is creating is the girls are very much encouraged to take part in games and sports related to the bicycle. The cycle they feel sorry the many girls have now planned to take part in the bicycle race competition, since many girls who already have the bicycle have won the competition and have received the new bicycle as a prize money. So they feel that they can now use their bicycle to get another bicycle. So this is how they are encouraged to take part in games and sport. The girls who have received the bicycle under the BPP are encouraged to take part in the competition they are going to be held this year. Apart from the impact on the study, the bicycle is also helping them to assist their family members in the household work. Like it has given them a different kind of exposure. They feel like being responsible and capable of conducting some of their household work, like carrying sack rice on their bicycle, carrying gas cylinders, buying vegetables while returning home, and going cross-border for shopping and marketing. Burkina is the closest border from Gaur, so they go cross-border to do shoppings and marketings. And these are the affairs that are mostly handled by the fathers and brothers, and they now feel so good that they are taking part in this. So this is one impact, one different impact, I would say. And I will discuss a little about how the parents, the community members, and the teachers feel or how they perceive about this program. According to parents, the community members, and the school teachers, the bicycle distribution campaign is very important and successful, as they can see the change in their lives. The parents feel very much encouraged to see their daughters traveling to their school independently. According to the community members, the bicycle distribution campaign has resulted change in the perception of looking at the daughters in the community. According to them, they are doing equal to the boys. Now, according to one elderly, 70 years old elderly lady, I would call grandma here. So she shared that this is something new I have noticed sitting at the outskirts of my home. The girls dressed up in a uniform, riding their bicycle and going to the school in a group. This is very beautiful to watch. They make a very quick moves and reach in no minute. What she said is, एक छिनमा प्याडल हानेर एक छिनमा कहाँ पुग्छ तिनीहरू हाम्रो ल्याङ्ग्वेजमा भन्नुपर्दा एकै तन्कामा कहाँ से कहाँ पुग जाइछ by using that bicycle. So this हम सबके टाइम यही न रलगै भन्नुहुन्छ के. This is very different from our age. According to the school principal, the campaign of distributing bicycle among the girls have encouraged the parents to send their daughters to the school, while at the same time it has also encouraged the younger girls studying in 6th, 7th and primary level. The principal has informed these young girls that they too will receive the bicycle in the coming years if they would be regular with their study. This has encouraged them positively. However, some of the parents and the students are not aware about this campaign. They are not aware about where the bicycle is coming from, if it's by school it's distributing it, or if they are getting it from the municipality. They do not know much about this campaign. Very few students know about the Beti Padhau, Beti Bachau program and the bicycle distribution as one component of it. Some of the girls and the parents here knowing about this campaign from the mere the day they received the bicycle. Some parents also are not aware of it and were presenting their strong disgust to the principal for distributing the bicycle of a poor quality. They think that it's not the province that is distributing, it is the school that is distributing. And that's why they are presenting the disgust towards the school and not to the provincial government. While some of the parents and the students who know about this campaign as a borrowed concept of India, mostly those who have a cross-border relationship and who have seen the girls benefiting by this campaign, compare it with this program in Madhesh. This, they say that this program should not be limited to the bicycle distribution program only. It should widen its scope, and like in India, it should include providing dress to the school girls, books to them, lunch, rations, and scholarship to study girls to study further. This is how they relate it. According to the principal and other school teacher at the school, Judha Secondary struggled to benefit its girls from the campaign. From this, the school has applied for the bicycle in 2020 for the first time, but it only received the bicycle in 2021 because the program was halted for some time due to pandemic. But that was not an easy job either to receive in 2021. The principal and vice principal called this whole process of getting the bicycle very costly, time consuming and messy. They say that despite their multiple visits to Janakpur, the school didn't receive the bicycle in the first phase. They then used their political connections, they then used the political connections of the district coordinators, and they also asked for help with the provincial agriculture minister who comes from the same district, Sailendra Yadav. He comes from the Chautari district. And other provincial parliamentary members who represent that district. They ask help from them. According to them, it is very difficult for a school to be a part of this campaign which do not have a strong political connections, which is again very interesting to note that the program which appears so noble and so simple that it wants to encourage girls' education, how this age actually affected by the politics too. I will discuss about the quality of a bicycle, or let me say the poor quality of the bicycle. Poor quality of a bicycle is a one important information that came widely across my research. Some complained that their bicycle broke the day they received, while some fear that it breaks or it stops functioning in the period of 1 week. Some have received the bicycle with a broken basket and lose spare parts. Some have left using the bicycle while some are using it, repairing it each time. The parents are also presenting, as I have shared, strong disgust against the poor quality of a bicycle. One girl sharing her story said that she received when she received her bicycle broke within 2 days. 2 days when she received it, the basket, chain and tire blasted the other day. And other parts were loose and produces a very annoying sound. She said that I spent at 400 to 500 to change the tire of the tire in the week I received it, and 300 more on the chain. And to spend 30 to 50 rupees in the bicycle after 2-3 days is like normal. We cannot afford to do that every day because it is very time consuming and annoying. I shared this with my father. We then sold that bicycle and added some money in it and buy another one. Many girls share this story. One girl shared with me that she complained about this poor quality of bicycle to the principal. The principal suggested her that the government brands are like that, and she should sell the bicycle rather complaining about it, and get a new one. The parents were speaking about the quality of bicycles, shared with me that they want to speak about this issue with the principal, with the teachers in the school, but the teachers do not organize any parents meeting where they can interact on this issue. Once they have finished distributing the bicycle, there is no any other discussion based on it. So many girls who came far from the headquarters have now returned to their previous stage because their bicycle had broken, and now they do not have another option except walking a long distance again. Once again, they get late for their school, for their classes. And according to them, in their own term, they say that the program which aimed to encourage the girls' education have actually discouraged them, and it is rather a show-off in the name of girls' education. In my observation too, there are only very few girls I have seen using the bicycles distributed by this campaign. I looked at the bicycle stand in the school. There were only few bicycles that I can see there, which are distributed under this campaign. And the bicycle, and you can see here also in the slides, the bicycle did not have any logo, brand logo, and no any brand name mentioned there. So speaking of the quality of bicycle, so I speak about, I shared this with the chief coordinator of this program. She told me that the bicycles are good in quality because they ensure the quality under the consultation of a mechanical engineer. And mechanical engineer that looks at the basic standards like weight of the bicycles, the brand of the bicycle. But in real, you didn't see any brand or any logo mentioned in the bicycle. However, yeah, however, it has failed. It has failed to maintain. So this is about the disappointing factors of the bicycle. The schoolgirls shared that since there is no resource allocated for maintenance of bicycle, they suggest me that there should be bicycle repairment card that they can use it and get the service at the cheaper price. But this is not the case. They are only suggesting it. So Johanji has made me attentive. So I'll try to conclude my presentation here. So by looking at all this information, it appears that the campaign of distributing bicycle under this program is very important for the improvement of girls' education. Despite various criticism of the campaign that there are irregularities, that's very wider in discourse these days, that there is irregularities buying the bicycle. There are so many positive impacts of this campaign also that needs to be considered actually. The program is also successful in changing the mentality of the parents and the community members towards the girls' education. They are motivated to send their daughters to schools. Girls from rural area have mostly been benefited by the campaign, as I've shared it, since it is helping them in the easy accessibility of the education. The school enrollment and the attendance of the girls have also improved over time. The program can also be considered as, I feel so, that can be considered as one positive impact of federalism, since it has provided province the right to design such program, which was, I feel maybe the program like this would have come from the centers too, but since it was not there before, we can take it as one positive outcome of federalism. However, I feel that the campaign needs to revisit in certain terms, like it needs to simplify its distribution process. For example, the birth certificate should not be the mandatory provisions. Rather, I think the recommendation letter from the school would work for that. This mandatory provision of this birth certificate has bypassed so many, like 22 girls, which is big in number. So it's 22 girls from receiving the bicycle, which is, and they are the must that they needs the bicycle must. So the process needs to be simplified so that they can accommodate all the girls. I also feel that by hearing our research participant that the program should widen its concept. It should not limit itself in distributing the. Sorry, I forget to change my slide. The program should not limit itself to the 8th grade students only. Rather, it should include the student from 6th grade to the 12th grade, so that it could not only target for the secondary level, but could also target for the highest secondary level of the for educating girls. And you know, there's a trend in Madhesh. I don't know about the other places, but they educate their daughter up to the SEN plus 2 so that they could arrange their marriage also easily. But when they would target in plus 2 level, it will help them to educate their daughters up to the higher secondary level. So I also strongly feel that the scope of this program should be widened. Most importantly, I also feel that the program should engage both the student and parents. There are many who do not know about this campaign. They should communicate very well about this campaign and the larger objective of this program. And another thing I feel is the quality of the bicycle that needs to be considered. That needs to be considered very much. It's a very important thing to be considered. So this is all I think I'll say for now. We can talk more on this in the question and answer round. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.